that part of the legislation?
Yes, that's advertising master states, but it's the same, excuse me, the same policy that you would use with your camera systems in the car. The car systems have microphones as well, so if an officer would approach a car on a traffic stop, he would announce that it's being recorded as well. So this is no different than that.
Same thing. Okay. Anyone else?
Also, one of the things when I was talking to you earlier about technology, the cameras that will be on the officers, all of the information will be stored on that camera. But it also has
The
another
version that we use, which is an actual flex camera, allows the officer to actually view his video that's on his camera. It's stored on the camera prior to being downloaded. It's been downloaded through a downloading charging system to a secure server.
Well, when it's video, is it only good for that kind? It's the part of an officer normally erase videos that he do that, and it cannot be accessed.
There's no, the officer doesn't have the ability to erase, to alter in any way or fashion. So we have that locked in with this particular server. The officer can view only their video. They can't view other officers' video. They can view, if they choose to, they have an app on their phone, they can view their video from that day up until the point where they download it to the server, and then it's wiped from their camera.
Okay. Now, is that the complaint and that's an issue? Who reviews the tape?
All of our administrators have rights to view the tape. In a scenario that you just mentioned, we would actually have that video downloaded to our internal affairs, and they would have the opportunity to review the tape for that investigation.
The person or citizen that lodged the complaint or their attorney, when do they have access to it?
They can have access through that internal process as well. I mentioned earlier that we actually will bring people in and have them sit down and look at the video with the investigator.
Yeah, I had police fired or reprimanded because of this whole
We have had one officer reprimanded as a result of it. We currently have a couple officers who were in a scenario where they were using the camera where they shouldn't have been. So there'll be some discipline that comes out of that as well. A scenario where they were videoing a witness in a crime in a scenario where they should have asked for consent. They didn't.
Well, everybody uses them in the restroom.
No, they're actually instructed not to use them in those scenarios as well. Come into the station and in a locker room or restaurant. That's a little bit outside of our expertise. Yeah, I just don't work for you, right?
my question to you is there any chance whatsoever of all of a sudden in the middle of an investigation tapes disappear?
No, they're on a server. We actually keep our video for 181 days. So we have already worked that out with the company that stores our video. So we have 181 days. Even video that's not bad to hold on to, that video is kept for 181 days. We're then notified the day prior to the video being deleted that it's set for distribution.
What type of settings have y'all put in place in order to prevent from hacking or outside individuals getting into the system?
It's not our server.
Right.
That's the first piece. That's another rub that a lot of agencies are dealing with right now. Do we have our IT people come up with their own server? Can it be hacked into? We also have the ability to delete or edit who has access to it from their IT. So that's why we went with the same company's secure server, where none of our people have the ability to do any of that. So it's kind of it's a tried and true system, and it made our decision quite easy.
Let's see. I'm going to kind of look at how many sworn police officers do you have in Laurel, and how much would you say that each camera costs, or what's the cost per officer for cameras?
In Laurel right now, we are authorized for 69 officers. We are currently at 68. Each camera with storage and accessories is approximately $2,000. The camera itself now is $499. There may be another $200 here there for some accessories, and it's $995 a month for storage on the server.
And you find the cameras are pretty durable.
Yes. The company that we deal with, if anything's broken, whether it's a cable to the camera or whatever, we essentially call them and they replace it immediately. So we've had a great experience so far with this program, with the vendors that we're using. No issues at this point in time.
Well, Mr. Brooks, have you heard about the problem we've been having with cameras in Baltimore?
No,
The traffic cameras?
the traffic camera system, actually,
You know, we'll be getting ready to spend another $160,000 for a review.
I heard you mention that earlier. That may be an issue with the vendors that you're using. I mean, that would be one area that I'd look at.
But what we do here is we pay the vendor whether they do a good job or not and say goodbye. I've never heard any kind of business run like that.
Yeah, we actually did some research prior to starting our programs because we have a red light and a speed limit program in law as well. And one of the issues that I know our chief was really concerned with was, are we going to be doing this thing right? Are we going to be following the law as it's written and not trying to have any wiggle room outside of that? That's another area where you lose public trust by trying to do those things.
If you find that, person you're dealing with, the company you're dealing with, cannot do the job properly, in other words, of course, you money because it's at work, would you be paying them or do you know whether you would be paying them?
Well, let me ask you this way, Frank. Do the police department, are you all guys at the table when you're making decisions about the vendor, or is that the exclusivity of NAMO? No, we have NAMO with, NAMO may not even be at the table on that. It may be our city administrator with the chief of police and our city solicitor. And they're probably going to be looking out to deal with that.
All right.
One more question about the durability.
You don't have to work.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But this is something that we were talking about outside. In terms of the durability, and the in certain situations, God forbid, our sister is in a situation where he's going after perpetrators, and perpetrator even discharges his weapon and it hits the camera. At what point does the camera stop? At the place of impact? It would be up to when or how much damage that camera receives. It would be something that we would work with the vendor to see if we could still capture that video. I don't know if I would want to check on the guy heart problem or something before I want to check on
Are they light?
When you said that, why did it cause the laugh so hard?
What's that all about? Well, I didn't remember I said Officer Brooks says that the camera is on the sunglasses. I thought it was on the body armor. No, I got the sunglasses on the body armor. That was underneath the sunglasses. That's why guys wear either a headset or their sunglasses. And they got it on the car too. Yeah, and they have two cameras on.
So does it stop them from pursuit? Does it stop them from pursuit when they're pursuing suspects? It doesn't in any way get in their way of pursuit. Okay.
Anything else you want to say?
Were you asked to testify in the General Assembly about this issue? Yes. And how did that go? Again, I was I didn't know there was as much pushback from other law enforcement agencies. I knew there would be a couple issues in the bill. One, the funding. If it's going to be mandatory, then we need funding for it. The other piece was the no audio. Those are my only two concerns. What was basically the pushback? I think it's just new. I think it's new technology, and anything new, not just in law enforcement, but anywhere, people are sometimes resistant to things being new. I think once you start to look at it, I'll give an example. Within our department, we have officers that they didn't want anything to do with that system. But as they started to watch and kind of understand what other guys were doing with it, whether they were using it for training or evidentiary value, now they're asking for it. Hey, I want one of those too. So I think as we get more of a comfort zone with this, I think you'll see other agencies will be much more comfortable with getting it.
Okay, I currently use the video bill that says the officer may wear a camera, nutshell.
I think you want them to do it. If you can afford to do it, yeah, I did read that within the bill. There was an amendment to that piece. I do remember that.
But why wasn't shall?
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't shall?
Well, because it would have to be done.
I think he's saying it ought to be done.
I think what I'm saying is that if there's funding attached to it, then I agree with that.